What's up everybody, welcome back to Exploring Attractions. In today's video we are diving into a hot topic that has fans of Universal Studios Florida buzzing, because today we are breaking down the speculation in regard to the closure of one of the most iconic attractions in Hollywood, Rip Ride Rockit. So fasten your seatbelts as we break down all the details about this coaster closing and what exactly could be replacing it at Universal Studios Florida. Before we get into today's video, as always, hit that subscribe button down below with those bell notifications on, and if you do like the video at the very end, please leave it a like and let us know down below in the comments section what you thought of the video, as well as check out all of our social media content, Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else, which can be found down below in the description. So yes, if y'all didn't know already, there have been rumors circulating about the Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster closing at the Universal Orlando Resort. And while they're not rumors anymore, because Universal Orlando actually confirmed it on X that it will be closing this year. The post reads, "Hello, Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit will close in early September 2025 to make way for a new experience. More details will be available at a later date." So this begs the question, what exactly is that new experience? Well, I have a couple of theories, but first and foremost, let's dive into a little bit of a history lesson as far as this coaster goes. This one-of-a-kind coaster opened in August of 2009 and it was an instant hit. With its vertical lift and the ability to pick your own soundtrack while riding it, Rip Ride Rockit became a fan favorite. And don't forget about the hidden songs, you know, when you're listening to Rainbow Connection for all the time that it was on there. But of course, despite its popularity, the coaster hasn't been without its issues with technical difficulties, a more rough ride experience over the years than we're used to, and on top of that, they took away a lot of the song options, so it's definitely gone slightly downhill, I could say the least. Now, I think it really is ambitious for Universal to be closing this Rip Ride Rockit attraction in literally, I mean, it says early September, but let's just say the middle of haunt season, when it's really popular with the crowds, at least for the general public who are going to ride rides at Horror Nights during the nighttime. That's just a thing that everybody does for general public wise. So I do think it's a little bit ambitious in that sense. However, they did confirm it, so there's no more saying like it's speculation or anything like that. Reasonings for this closure, I don't know, other than it's old. I mean, like I said, it opened in August of 2009. That's really, I mean, other than age and just the rundown of it, I don't think they have a reason for closing it, unless they want to do something very large and something brand new, which it looks like they're planning to do. Now, what exactly will be replacing it? Well, let's take a look at our options here. There's nothing confirmed. These are all just rumors. I just want to put that out there as far as what I think could be replacing this attraction. So don't get it twisted, y'all. These are just my opinions. Now, first and foremost, the easy kind of guess would be Fast and Furious related. Obviously, we know over at Universal Studios Hollywood, they are gearing up for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, which will open up next year in 2026. That, of course, is done by Intamin. Now, Intamin has been a large player in Universal Studios parks. Obviously, you've seen what they did with Velocicoaster, now it's Fast and Furious, and multiple other attractions at the parks. Intamin's a really, really big player. So could they have something to do with whatever's replacing Rip Ride Rockit? I think so. Getting rid of Fast and Furious Supercharge would be a really, really good idea for the park. And then replacing it with a theme for, or an overlay for Rockit would be good as well. I mean, that'd be the cheap option, right? Unless they were to completely tear down the existing Rockit attraction and make a brand new Fast and Furious roller coaster. Could it be a clone of the one that we see over at Universal Studios Hollywood, or could it be something different just using the same ride technology? Keep in mind, everybody, the ride technology that Intamin is using is something that we've never seen before. They're drifting cars, making it feel like you're drifting while on the track and throughout all the inversions and everything. Now, people are indifferent to the Fast and Furious franchise. They don't want to see it in the parks no more. I'm okay with it as long as we get something new and as long as we get rid of Supercharge. I think Universal knows, as well as a bunch of the fans know, that Fast and Furious Supercharge is not one of the more popular attractions and honestly just isn't a very fun ride, something that you can re-ride. However, it does make for a really great HHN house location, I'll say that. The next kind of rumor that I saw everyone kind of throwing out there is a Back to the Future coaster. I don't know where this stemmed from necessarily, so I'm going to talk about it real quick, just kind of like armchair Imagineering here if you want to say. But a Back to the Future coaster would be really, really cool. I mean, imagine what the ride vehicles would look like. And Universal's really good at doing their storytelling aspects for their different coasters. The storytelling that would go into a Back to the Future roller coaster would be so impressive. It'd be amazing, and I would love to see those trains come to life. However, I don't think that's going to be the case here, and I hope to be wrong, because out of all these different options I'm going to throw out there, I would like to see Back to the Future the most. But who knows, it looks like Universal Studios Hollywood wants to market Back to the Future with their FanFest nights, and I know that's going to be a big portion of their FanFest nights. Maybe testing out the popularity there, and then seeing the popularity that could happen over at Universal Orlando. You just throwing out ideas there. Regardless, if it were to be a Back to the Future roller coaster, that would be pretty freaking rad. And I guess you really couldn't use the term that where we're going we don't need roads, because you would technically, well, I guess you could, because you technically don't need roads, you need a roller coaster track. And then of course it leaves the option open for even more storytelling for the coaster with on-ride audio, maybe hear a dock in the on-ride audio, stuff like that, different elements like you launching off. This is, like I said, spitballing here. I don't know what coaster it could be. I don't know what theme it could be, but I do think that storytelling aspect would be really good. All right, option number 3, and my final option or speculation, is another one that everyone's kind of talking about, which is a Ghostbusters Ecto-1 roller coaster. Now, wow, this would be really cool. And there's some history there as far as where Rocket is located at right now. There was a show called the Ghostbusters Spooktacular, and it was a part of Universal Studios Florida's grand opening in 1990, where this attraction was housed in the New York section of the park in a building modeled after the iconic Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters. So with that being an opening day attraction, and obviously having that kind of allure, if you will, to the park, in the New York section, it would make sense for them to kind of pay tribute to Ghostbusters and bring an Ecto-1 roller coaster. Now, like I said, more armchair Imagineering here. An Ecto-1 roller coaster? Are you kidding me? That would be freaking amazing. And then not only would we have the ghost of the show, but we would also have the Ghostbusters theme with this coaster. That would also mean that they would probably get rid of Jimmy Fallon, Race Through New York, another attraction that's not as popular nowadays. But, there's that idea of the Ghostbusters coaster as well. What could it be? I don't want to spend too much time on that idea, but there's definitely that kind of tie-in of the opening day attraction / show that could lead Universal in the direction of theming the rocket coaster to that. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves there. Those are all, great ideas in my head. Some may disagree, some may agree, but keep in mind, they did just do like a whole Illumination Minion Land, so, I mean, who knows? We could see something similar to Super Silly Fun Land roller coaster. I mean, let's just, I don't want to scare y'all, but let's just throw that out there as well. Universal Orlando describes this as a new experience. What that experience is, what does it actually mean? Like, it's not going to be an attraction or a ride. Are they specifically giving us a hint that it won't be that with using the term experience? I think it's too early to read into that, but the biggest confirmation and the biggest takeaway that we can take from that is the fact that Rocket is closing in September of this year, early September of this year. So make sure y'all get your rides on it one last time, because it's going away in September. Let us know down below in the comment section what you think could be replacing the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket roller coaster. Do you agree with some of my ideas? Do you think I'm just speaking nonsense? Let us know down below. And whether you're team Rip Ride Rocket or your team New Ride, Universal's always evolving, and it's really cool to see. But thanks for joining me on this ride down speculation lane. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button with those bell notifications on, and leave this video a like if you did enjoy it. As always, you can check out all of our social media down below in the description as well. My name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key. And most importantly, everyone, remember to keep exploring. Peace out.